in the menu
Dashboard
bar.
right here.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Click on that.
Okay.
Now in the filter by, type
Okay.
in the word template. TEMPLATE. Down below the black. Yep, there you go. Type in the word template.
Type it.
Yep, just type it.
How come it's not one of them?
Because just a setting.
Okay. Just type.
And it's, yeah, just click on the word right below it where it says name template. See what comes up. All right. Now, the very top one, you can ignore all that. Just click anywhere. Just go to your right and just click on the screen somewhere, like below the filter by. And yeah, there you go. The very top one, it says template services overview preset.
Yeah.
Go ahead and click on that.
So we're going to that person's the favorite one.
No, this is a template for everybody.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. And so now what we want to do is there's a lot of data in there. So up in the upper right hand corner, right by the word last 2 hours, you're going to hit that funnel and type in Evernorth Control Center. That's your management zone.
So when I come here, we're not in our management zone yet, right? So we have to.
Right. So then if you come in and you're not on your management zone, you want to set it. So now whichever one is yours, if it's that one or it's the second one. Yep. So click on that. And now you're going to see there's a little bit of stuff in here. So you've got one application that is what you were looking at in RUM.
Yeah.
That real user monitoring. And then there are some services that are already here. So that's why this is populated, because it's probably pulling in some of the data that is coming in from the main management zone. So when you look at this, you should see, as you guys deploy, you should see this increase in size, but there's an additional place that you're going to look. Okay, so this right now, this dashboard is everything that rolls up to that management zone.
Okay.
So then if you go back, don't change the management zone. I want you to use the search button on the upper left-hand side, right below the word Dynatrace in the menu. Click on that. And then type in services. And you're going to grab Services Classic. And you might want to pin it. When you see it, click the pin. Click the pin. That way it's there for you tonight. Just go ahead. There you go. And now drill into Services Classic.
Wait. But isn't this in the middle also?
It
this
is,
one? Yeah.
but we're going to pin it so you can get to it tonight.
Okay.
You can get there from the dashboard, but the thing about the dashboard is that's just a bird's eye view.
Okay.
What you want to see is you're going to want to see your service pop in. So then in this, it's already set for your management zone, which is good. That means there's not going to be a lot of garbage that you have to sift through. So in that filter by, there's an option where you can filter by your namespace, Kubernetes namespace. So click on filter by.
Filter by.
Right below the black bar.
Okay.
That big black square. Nope, come down.
Yeah, this one.
Nope, one more. The line below that black square. Above, yep,
Oh, yeah,
right
yeah,
in
yeah.
there. There, yep. So click, grab Kubernetes namespace at the very bottom of the list. Yep, just click on Kubernetes namespace. And then tonight, whatever namespace has the applications you're deploying, you would just start typing that namespace in.
So could it be this one?
You'll have to check your deployment and see if it is, let's just say it's that one. Click any one and you'll see what happens. Okay, so that brought it, so let's say this was the one.
Okay.
You would be able to see, now you can just click anywhere outside of that list and it'll disappear. Just click on the screen right where you're at now. Now you're going to see 20 services and you're going to see that they're coming in. So tonight, look at your namespace and then look, so you just search just like that. Kubernetes namespace, you put in the namespace name, and then once you start rolling your pods, you're gonna start to see the services come in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And one of the things to see to make sure everything is there, you could pick, just so you know how to navigate, drill into the one that says, the top one that says auth error controller.
Can we do that in the second one?
Yep, you can do the second one. Yep. Just click in it. And what this does, now we're going to the microservices. We're going to go into the processes. So, yep. And then on the right-hand side, if you scroll down just a little bit more, you're going to see that backtrace. The one that says view distributed trace.
Yeah, I know it's somewhere.
So go in that, third one down. It's on the right-hand side. It's towards the bottom of your screen.
Okay.
2 more. There you go. Click on that. And that's where the money is. This is where you're going to see, you're going to start seeing your transactions come in as the traffic starts to flow. So when you scroll down a little bit,
hey, I know, how do we read this? This is each transaction?
So this is, it's going to tell you these are different transactions.
Oh, each
and
one.
Where they're broken down. Well, you've got the trace count and the response time, the median response time and the trace count. So the trace count is going to be like that one right there is 8 and the median response time is 103 milliseconds. If you scroll down a little bit, then you're going to see the details. You can see the different calls. And if you're worried about, like, if let's say you saw something that was red,
mm-hmm.
Then if you scroll back up a little bit and see where you've got that 200 response code, go to the top of that column and just click on the column, the top of the column. Nope, scroll down a little bit. Where it says, so you see a post, where it says response code, click on the little arrows, and we're going to bring any 4s and 5s to the front. You don't have any. Okay. So that's how, like, who cares about 200 response? Right. That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
I always click that and look to see 4XX and the 5XX. Right. Now, if you want to see some details here, any one of these, you can do that little drop down arrow, and it's going to give you, over on the left-hand side, like it says SSO creation, and then there's a little drop down. Look at the date and timestamp. Way to the right, or the left. Go to the left. Yep, drop that down. Here's the money load. See everything that is being identified.
Hey, which lesson I didn't read, huh? Which university lesson to know all these?
It's just kind of learning how to navigate.
Yeah, okay.
And that, I mean, you're so close. I mean, the fact that you're trusting the tool to identify is huge. Okay. Now it's just getting comfortable with the navigation.
Yes, so I need to use it more, huh? Spend more. I guess so.
No, I had 3 people back to back today on office hours that all came in and they were looking for their custom metric. One guy wanted to create custom alerts on for 400s and 500s based on one of the things that we're looking at here. And I said, why would you do that? It's already there.
Okay.
And he goes, what do you mean it's already there? And so I walked him through this, and he goes, I've spent 2 weeks trying to figure out how to do that.
Well, this is
so he's like, he was dumbfounded. And I had 3 of them that came to me with issues with trying to get their custom metrics, and I gave them said the same thing I said to you. Get comfortable finding what's native, and then come to me with your gaps and say, all right, I got one thing I can't find anywhere. Show me where it's at, and we'll find it.
All right.
So, this is if you're sending in custom metrics, that's okay, but don't use them first. Okay. Use what the one agent is finding for you, because you can't predictively pull this out with Spring Boot sample, package it up with micrometer, and push it back in without spending a lot of time.
Okay.
And here it is.
Yes.
So if you want to see what your alerting looks like, I'm going to show you where that's at. Scroll up a little bit.
Scroll up. Keep going.
Yep, keep going all the way up to the top. And let's see, I think we can get to it in the overview. Click on the upper, if not, I'll have you move somewhere else. In the upper right-hand corner, right above, no, down a little bit, like the middle of the page, there's a little ellipsis, the 3 dots.
Right here?
Go down, yeah. Let's see if it says settings. Click on that. It does not. Okay, we need to go back 1 layer. So up, take your breadcrumb trail to where it says create SAML2 controller. Click there. Loading. Okay, now it says create SAML2 controller, then it says Smartscape view, and right next to it there's an ellipsis. Yep, click that. Oh, you don't have settings. I wonder if you're not in the management zone. I'll have to look and see if you're in there, because that's where you would be able to see it. I will show you. I'm going to go to this exact same place. So hold on here a second. Let me get to right where you're at. So we go services. Oop, I didn't spell it right. No, services classic. And I've already got your management zone set. And we took the second one. All right, I'm going to share my screen. I'll show you what will happen once you've got elevated privileges. So you'll need to get added to that management zone so that you can do this. So let me drag my screen out. Let me drag my browser over. Let me try. Okay, so same place you are.
So wait, I'm not look. Oh, okay, your screen is here.
Yep.
Just a second.
Exact same place. And when I click on this, here's the settings. That's what you will have available once you're in that management, once you're in that AD group. You pinged it to me, so you need to go to Savient and request access to it. Then when you click on settings, right here, anomaly detection, this is what you inherited by default.
Okay.
And if you needed to if your team needs to modify something and they're not sure how to do it, one thing they're going to want to do is this guy. They don't want to wait 15 minutes. They'll want that to be 5. But we'll walk you guys through that once you get migrated. So you click on this word more, And then this bad boy right here is going to take you straight to the documentation so you don't get lost.
Okay.
We're still here, but then like, what do I do? What does this mean? And here it's going to walk you through step by step. Here's what automated baselining is, your traffic, your error rate, response time, multidimensionality. It explains all of it, and then it walks you through how to change the settings without, under alerting. So it's really important that if you're looking at something and don't know where you're at, you look for something in blue, and that's going to be a link to Dynatrace.
Okay.
And then, so should be pretty easy for you.
Okay.
But if you just remember that anytime you're looking at something,
Yeah.
and you see this ellipsis, see if you have the settings feature.
If not,
And then when you click on settings, don't worry as much about failure detection. Look at anomaly detection.
Okay.
That's where the Davis AI engine does its magic.
Okay.
And then you know that like you can always add more sensitivity. Like you didn't inherit this, but let's say that was important to you. You can toggle it on, and it starts at 50%. So we're gonna alert if observed load is less than this percentage. So this is service drops, and we have service load spikes. So you could add that. Here's your spikes. It's going to look about the same, 200% above. So if your traffic dropped below 50%, you would want to know that.
Yes.
Then you can set an alert. If it spiked to over 200%, that's a concern.
Yes.
So then you can set anomaly detection.
Okay.
And so there's a lot in here that you can poke at. And you've got our support along the way. Like, get migrated, make sure you see everything. So all we did is we went to services, the management zone is set, and then type it or look for Kubernetes namespace, and then whatever it is that you guys are migrating tonight.
Okay. All right. Hey.
And then, once you migrate, then you pick out which service you want to look at. So let's say it was this guy. Well, there's only 8 in here.
Okay.
And, so like if you start before the change and you say, this is the namespace, I have 8 services, I better start seeing stuff come in.
Okay, I see. Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
The dashboards are amazing.
Yes.
And they give you a bird's eye view. But if you want to make sure your stuff is coming in, this is during a change. This is a view that you want to look at. And if you remember, you just click on whatever it is you click on. Because now we're going from the service to the process, and then we're looking for this bad boy right here.
Okay. All right.
And then we can actually see the traffic.
I see. All right.
And I love this view. And there's, like, if you had some failures, we could go to the details of the failures. And if you get lost, you're like, I don't know where I'm at, go back to details. Just follow this breadcrumb trail. Right back where we were.
All right. Sounds good. A lot of stuff here.
Well, you'll be fine. I mean, you just gotta, the more you poke around at it.
Okay.
And if you get lost, find that place before you start the change. Find that place. Like, it wouldn't be such a dumb idea just to bookmark, to save as a favorite with your management zone set, this landing page right here.
Okay.
Because if you're here, and when you start the change, you're going to see, that you're going to see that number change. Now, what you got to remember, though, is like I'm looking the last 2 hours. Right. So, you could set it for the last 30 minutes. And then you don't see stuff immediately. It's going to be traffic. As soon as Dynatrace picks up traffic, then it's going to bring it in. Tomorrow when you come in and you're like, whoa, last night I had 49, now I have 47. Well, right now I'm at 47. If I go to 2 hours, it's going to bring it up to 49. That's because 2 of these services haven't had any activity in the last 30 minutes, so they drop off. So it isn't that you lost them. It's like maybe that little time period you're looking at doesn't have anything.
Okay.
I bet if I go the last 7 days, the number's going to change again. Maybe not. Yeah, look at that.
All right.
And here's a guy that's been down for 2 hours and 59 minutes. We were looking at 2 hours. This guy quit reporting in almost 3 hours ago.
Yes.
So those are some things that can trip people up during a change, but you expect to see it immediately. And you got to remember that you're going to restart all your pods, and then everything needs to come to life. And then slowly, all of a sudden, the traffic comes in. So it's like watching paint dry.
Okay.
And then you'll start to see the services come in.
Oh, I see.
A little bit of patience.
Okay.
And there is, if you get completely lost, I got a lot of tabs open. If you go back to the Confluence page that has the migration stuff,
Yeah.
and then we have the manual migration,
Yeah.
this Dynatrace validation.
Okay, I see.
Yep.
Okay.
So then stuff's going to look familiar to you. Like,
Yes.
oh yeah, I need Services Classic.
Okay. Yes.
Put in my
okay,
namespace, and then you're going to know to come down here. Now, when Ross created this page, he didn't have you using the distributed trace.
Mhm.
He's got, a few other things. It doesn't matter. It's going to walk you through some things that you can do to validate.
Yes.
You also are going to want to look at this. Here's how you make sure that you got out of New Relic.
Mhm.
It's going to walk you through the Dynatrace piece, and it's going to show you. And actually, we make it easier for you.
Yeah.
Oh, here's New Relic removal. I'm sorry. Here's the New Relic removal, how you check New Relic, see if you're really out. Going in here, you want to see that drop.
Okay.
What's really kind of cool is, and I think I showed you this once before,
Mhm.
if you're worried about whether you did it right or wrong, you can just type in the word New Relic
Yeah.
with no spaces.
Mhm.
And if there's anything that has the tag, it's going to show up. Nothing found. That's
Okay.
what we want. Where that's coming from, it's a little deeper in the weeds, but where it's coming from is when we go into the service, I just keep picking random ones.
Mhm.
When you expand this,
Yeah.
we look at your process group right here. Process group,
Yeah.
click on that. And then you expand properties and tags again. So this is your microservice, and this is where you can see your technologies.
Yeah.
Command line args are going to tell us every tech stack that's being monitored. So you look in here, like you got Log4j, you got your dspring, it's all in here.
Yeah.
If you see the word New Relic jar file, then you know you did not remove New Relic.
Okay.
So we built an auto tagging rule that reads the technologies, and if it finds the New Relic jar file,
Yeah.
it's going to add a tag. One of these guys, it will just add it, and it'll say New Relic.
I see.
And then you need to clean up.
Yes.
There's a lot of them.
You mean?
But that's where it comes from. There's a lot of people forget to remove New Relic.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
It's a little terrifying.
Yeah.
So that's just, and really we're in the same place we were at before. It just kind of looks a little different.
Yes.
And we went to the process group, But if I click on this process, it's going to look just like it looked before. Ta-da! Then we get, oh, this isn't monitored the same way. Yeah, this might confuse you more. We won't look at that.
Okay.
We'll stay with, oh, we're coming in from the host. That's why. Never mind. Just go back to Services Classic. And it took us right back where we started.
Okay.
So I think you'll be all right. I would bookmark your services and then make sure you know with your deployment that you're doing tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Set it for 30 minutes. You can watch the stuff. You can watch your services come in, and then make sure you know the namespace and the app names or the services. They're kind of the application and service are kind of interchangeable.
Okay. But why the number will be different when we migrate?
Because you're going to bring in more. So when you, like, if you, how many apps are you migrating tonight?
4.
So then this number is going to turn to 53 because you're going to have 4 more applications in here.
But those 4 are already there.
Completely?
Yeah. I mean,
and it is
alternator, auth services, CMS.
I'm in QA. Hold on. Let's go here. So Evernorth Control Center, last 30 minutes. And we want Kubernetes namespace. Okay, so but you got different clusters going on here. So is it this one?
Yeah,
that's which names?
That one,
this
yeah.
is the namespace?
Yes.
So you got 19 services.
Okay, 19 services.
And so you'll be adding, like, you're adding 4 more things.
Actually, I'm not sure, but I think that's what it is.
Yeah. So then, if you know what the name of the apps
alternator, all services, you see all those, right?
Mm-hmm. There must be something more that they're pushing in.
Mm-hmm.
This is coming in on HS3. Do you have another cluster?
Yes, but I don't know. Maybe 4.
Okay. So this is coming in on HS3, and it's going to also come in on HS4.
Right.
That would be what it is. So let's go back to the services. I'll go Kubernetes namespace, Control Center prod. And let's see if we can filter on the cluster. Probably not. No results. You know why? Because it's not in your management zone.
Okay.
But you got a few of these that like duplicate. Like, look at this.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're running on different clusters.
Yes.
So this one's probably on, let's look. This is number 1. And this is running on HS prod 3. Mm-hmm. And let's look at the one right below it. Go Kubernetes namespace, prod. And now we'll look at this one. Oh, it still says 3. There's something different about these.
Yeah. Not sure.
Uh-oh, look at here. New Relic 8.5.0.
What does that mean?
Oh, well, let's look and see.
Hey, when you
Is New Relic running on this? Look at there. Remember I said there's a tag?
Yeah.
Look at,
But this is the production,
Right.
right?
yep,
Yeah, but we haven't merged the code in, so you will see any
that's
relic.
what
Right.
will be different. That's why these look weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're picking them up, but we're not doing the deep inject.
Yeah.
So then that should vanish.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, that will be at least. That's one thing we should check. Make sure.
Yeah. Now you know. Like you saw how quick I picked up on that tag.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you want that to go away.
That's right.
Because if Dynatrace, that auto tagging rule should drop off as soon as New Relic is removed.
Yes.
And so you know that you look for the command line args, and then you look for the, you can, from here, you can actually do Control F and type in New Relic, and it's going to show you right where it's at.
Yes. Yes. These will go away. In QA,
Yep.
I already remove those. Okay. All right.
So now we know what's going on.
Yes. All right. All right. Thank you. I don't want to take too much of your time.
Oh, yep. Good luck tonight. Ping me in the morning. Let me know how it went.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.